graduating first, Hoppy. I'm married to Dennis Hoppy.
And I'm John Dobmeyer, married to Terry Dobmeyer. Isn't it great how those names just worked?
We would like to welcome everybody here at the American Legion Club rooms to the 20-year class reunion of 1973. We'd like to take you back just a little bit and reminisce about some of the happenings back when we were seniors in 1973. Okay, first of all, we graduated with the class of 97. And our class colors were blue and white. Our class flower was a white carnation tipped in blue.
We were very conservative, obviously. Our class president was Paul Scheffler. Paul, why don't you stand and just let us see what you look like. Our secretary there, or I'm sorry, the treasurer was Dave Thompson. Dave, are you? Our secretary was Jane Hoekstra. And Scott Olson was our treasurer. And I haven't seen him tonight. Okay, good enough. And the class motto was, you'll get a kick out of this if you don't remember what it was. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives. Can we be that old? Oh my gosh. Okay.
And we graduated on May 25th, 1973. And that year, Ann Askegaard reigned as homecoming queen. Ann, would you stand up? And Mary Askegaard reigned as Miss Barnesville. Mary.
Now, of course, you're not going to get by without a couple of clever jokes from us. So, the first one goes like this. Now, this is back where Ole was going to school, believe it or not, at Barnesville High School. And it was getting close to the graduation date. And the principal and the school board and that, they were getting together and just saying Ole really wasn't proficient enough in math to really get this diploma. And they were feeling kind of bad about it. And it was getting real close to the commencement ceremony, so all the classmates were hearing this. And they were all yelling, "Give him a chance! Give him a chance! Give him a chance!" So they got together and they said, okay, we're going to ask Ole one question. If he comes up with this question, we'll give him his diploma. So they go, Ole, what's 2 + 2? And Ole, he sat there and he did some ciphering, and he finally came up with 4. And in unison, throughout the whole class, yelled, "Give him another chance! Give him another chance!" That's the best we could come up with in short notes, excuse me. We did want to make an announcement that, if I can get this up, but I don't think I need it anyway. Since a lot of you have been here, the jail is no longer a place where we put you after you haven't been good. It's now an artisan center and a lot of other crafty stuff and such. Did I say that right, honey? Crafty stuff and such? That's a lot of what it is. But it's really been very nice. If any of you are going to be staying in the area for a while, you really would want to visit it. For those of you who have visited before, maybe you want to check, see if your initials are still there. I don't know. Kind of that in. But we do have some literature on this, and I'll set this over on a desk there. So please, if any of you would like to take a gander at that, you sure can. Joke number 2. Okay, joke number 2, if you'll bear with me. You know, B and I already told an Ole joke. I really don't want to pick on the Norwegians anymore, so I'm going to tell a joke about 2 Frenchmen, Ole and Sven. There's more. Ole and Sven, they were traveling around Europe. And Ole got the idea he'd like to go get a blessing from the Pope. And Sven looked at him and said, "Ole, you're Lutheran. Why would you want a blessing?" And Ole said, "It's just something I've always wanted to do." So Sven said, okay, we're close to Italy, why don't we wander on in there and see if you can get your blessing? So they wander down there and they get over to St. Peter's Square, and there's just a multitude of people, and Sven said, these crowds make me nervous. I'm going to stand over here by that statue, and Ole, you go get your blessing, and I'll meet you back here when the whole thing kind of settles down. So Ole, he goes up there, and he's waiting with all the other people there at St. Peter's Square, and they're waiting, and Ole gets kind of hungry, so he brings down his backpack, and he gets a little camp stove out, a little boiling water, and he drops in a piece of lutefisk. Well, pretty soon, Pope comes out, and he's on the balcony there at St. Peter's Square, and he starts to address the multitudes. Before long, he just stops in mid-sentence. He comes back out, he wanders on down, goes out into the square, walks right in front of Ole, and goes like this. Sven's watching this and can't believe it. He's saying, Ole got his blessing, I don't believe this. So the whole thing ends, and Ole gets together with Sven, and Sven goes, yeah, can't even get the right name. He said, Sven says, I can't believe, Ole, you got this blessing. And Ole, he looks so forlorn, he says, I really didn't. He told me to get that crap and get it out of here.
Okay, we read through the book, and we've got a few things that we would just like to mention. First of all is, who came from the farthest? And we have Mary Tracy Askegard came from Treasure Island, Florida. Ron Barta came from Fillmore, California. Earl Rogers came from Wappingers Falls, New York. And Cindy Johnson Stanky came from Walnut Creek, California. Okay, and we'd like to mention that Cindy Collins Lemke, who was married to Butch, they have been married the longest. They've been married for about 20.5 years. So we'd like to send our congratulations. Cindy and Butch, do you want to stand up as our longest married couple?
Tell it's okay, Cindy.
Well, anyway, congratulations.
Okay, the newest baby we have is Frank and Cheryl Schindler. Just had Mary Ann, born July 8th of this year. So just real congratulations, you guys. Why don't you stand up? And then the alumnus of ours that have the most kids are Kurt Scherf and wait a second, I'm going to say Kurt and Sue, because I'm sure Sue had more to do with it than Kurt. They've got 4 girls, and Jenny Hoppy here with Dennis have 2 boys and 2 girls, and Tom Garrick, of course, with Kathy, again had more to do with it than Tom probably did, have 2 plus 2. They have 2 boys and 2 girls, and then only what I was taught in school. And then, yeah, Mary Ladwick and, of course, Earl Ernst there. They have 3 boys and 1 girl. You guys over there. So congratulations, you guys.
Okay, I just have a couple of short jokes. My memory isn't too long, so I had to make them short. Do you know what happened when the Norwegian married the Amish girl? He drove her buggy. Well, I don't have a long memory, so I had to make it short. Okay, and there once was an invisible man. He married an invisible woman, and they had children, and they weren't much to look at either.
Thank you, Jenny. Those were enlightening. Before we continue on, I did want to mention that Ken Bauer still lives in the area. And he still has access to a certain vehicle that 20 years ago had a black creature with white stripes put in it. And he was just kind of curious as to how that whole thing came about. So trust me, it was great.
Ask Ross if he knows the way to Ken Bauer.
The back way.
Okay, and also I'd like to take a moment to welcome any teachers that are here. I noticed Mike Holm was here, and if there's any others, you guys want to stand up? Gals, anybody? Boy, not very brave. Okay, that's understandable. We were a tough class. At this point, it really is my pleasure to invite each and any one of you who would like to get up and tell us anything, say anything. I mean, this is your chance. The floor is yours, so... And you don't have to come up here, just stand where you're at and holler loud. As I recall, that wasn't a problem for most of us. So, anybody? Ross, you want to start the floor?
No, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you for asking.
you're very welcome.
Haymakers.
Yes, I said last night at the pool hall we should have thrown some grass on the floor so we would have felt at home with our cake.
Nobody's going to come up with anything. Okay, well, we'll share it amongst each other when we break from this. Okay, at this time, I'd like to turn this program to a little more of a serious note. You know, we've been 20 years and we've got together tonight to just kind of remember those moments and celebrate it. And there's 4 members of our class that are not here with us. And we'd just like to remember them. Of course, Ken Ernst, who died before we graduated, and then Barb Thompson, Jim Henry, and Lonnie Griffin. So we'd just like to take a moment just to pause and remember those if we could. The only other announcement we have is we are going to try to move some of these tables out. We were going to take a picture, and the picture was going to be taken outside. I guess Mother Nature is not cooperating with us. So we're going to take that picture in here if we could. So if we could get the aid of a couple of guys just to help us clear out this area, and then afterwards, if anybody wants to cut a rug, we can sure do that. So I tell you, on behalf of Jenny and I, who are...
I was going to say, you were years ago.
Pardon me? What? Okay. Oh, and one other thing I do want to mention, because I think this is really important. These things do not happen on their own. There's a lot of people that put a lot of time in to get the mailings out to us, put things together and that. And I'd just like to recognize them at this point, so help me along if I follow this up. Mary Ernst.
Please stand up when we say your name.
Jenny Hoppy. Cindy Lemke. Cindy Ann Dave Song. Shirley Holland. Bob Booth. Mark Deasing. Ann Astegard. I'm sorry. Ann, my apologies. Ann Brecky. I knew that too. Who did I write up here? Oh, Carolyn Gable. Sorry, Carolyn, I couldn't read your name. Is there anyone I forgot? God forbid.
John
Oh,
helped.
okay. But, okay. You guys, thank you very much. We really appreciate all your efforts.
I hope we didn't leave anybody out. Is there anybody we forgot? that helped with the reunion in any way? Well, if we did, we apologize, and it was really fun putting it together. And I'm just glad that everybody came because it's a great turnout, and we've seen people that we haven't seen for a lot of years. Some of us have changed a little, some haven't. I guess I feel I haven't changed at all. The only thing is, there's more of me to love. And Dennis can testify to that.
Okay, this is a great time to just share and be our... Oh, Mark, there we go.
Hair replacement treatment?
Mark. We thought you were going to talk. Okay, on behalf of the class of 1973, we would like to give Shirley this gift, Shirley Holland, this gift certificate for all she's done for the class reunion. So Shirley, would you come up and get this?
Thanks, Shirley.
Thanks for all your help, Shirley. If it wasn't for you, we probably wouldn't have each other. Thanks.
Okay, that's it. Again, if we could get a hand with just a few guys to give us a hand with these tables, we'll move these out and have a picture and let you guys get to your business there. Oh.
Gail, are you taking the picture? Is it going to be right here? Over on this wall? Yep. Oh, okay. So as soon as we get some of the tables moved, everybody come over here that was in our class and we'll get the picture taken. Please come a fish this big.
And who didn't get it?